Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it does not matter what you drive. This is your all-terrain nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd. And today, we're talking about maybe the next vehicle in the fleet. That's right. We are looking at the Canoo little pickup. And you're probably scratching your head going, what? What? I mean, out of all the things, we got Hummers, we got Cybertrucks, and we got all these cool things. And Dave, why are you talking about the Canoo? Well, I own some stock in the company. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm not like Bill Gates with it or anything, but I own a couple shares of the stocks of the company, and I really dig it. And I kind of like the little independent startups like this, man. They don't have the flash of Amazon or somebody behind them, or Ford, kind of raping their tech like Rivian. But I kind of like that they're interesting vehicles. And I've always liked quirky vehicles. And no, I'm not Doug DeMuro. I'm not going to break down the quirks and features of this vehicle. But I would like to see one in my driveway really soon. Now, I'm going to read this article because Car and Driver, this popped up. And it's kind of interesting to me. And we'll follow along. And I'm going to put it up here so we can read along. But Startup Canoo will build its radical EVs in Arkansas and Oklahoma. Now, while Arkansas has been on the plans for them because they want to build a commercial van, which I kind of like what they're doing. I love the platform itself, how it's very modular. Like, you can change it up real easy. But they've been planning on building the kind of everyday version in Europe. Actually, I think it's the Netherlands is where they were going to build it. And now, I think due to pandemic reasons, I think everybody's trying to bring back everything home a little bit. It's like, hey, we need to protect ourselves because, well, we all know that, a lot of things are built in Asia. And I think this has shown that, hey, maybe we need to start building all of our stuff back in our home country. But this thing had a fairly decent startup price for it, and all they're requiring right now is $100 to throw it at, to reserve one. And once again, I just kind of like it. And let me know in the comments, what do you think? Or would you be interested in seeing us driving around in something like this? Now, while the mileage on the Canoo is not going to be groundbreaking by any means, I think 250 to 300 is kind of where they're at, and it's not going to be near the 400 that like Cybertruck's claiming they can get, but it's smaller, and I like the more mid-sized vehicles. And once again, this thing is just interesting. So let's get into this article a little bit more, and we'll talk about it. Once again, I will link Car and Driver if you want to read the whole article down. But the EV Canoo has shown 3 pod-like vehicles: a truck, a delivery van, and a minivan. It said it will now build them in the United States starting next year, which is really, well, next year. That's like a couple days away, right? But Canoo has canceled its original plans for contracting productions to VDLR Nedcar in the Netherlands, and it says in part to supply issues. They want to bring their supply chain all together. But it says the electric pods instead will be built at its factory in Arkansas in 2022 before the Oklahoma facility begins production in 23. Now, back in the day, startups used to be a nightmare. The big three had a chokehold on all the startups. And now the way these basically are just computers that you're buying, it's easier for companies to do little startups. And maybe they don't need to sell 100,000 a year to be as profitable as, say, a GM or somebody. But I'm really excited about it. So let me know, once again, in the comments, where are you at with this? And let me check one last little thing of the news here, and we'll just see that they're planning. Oh, by the way, they're planning on building. They're only going to build 1,000 for the first year, which doesn't sound like a lot. But according to Car and Driver, Canoo is planning to build 3,000 to 6,000 next year. So maybe ours will be one of it. And if you like all this EV talk, smash the like button. Help the channel grow that way. Give us a sub. We want to bring more content like this. So with your help, we can do that. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or this kind of boxy looking thing that I really want to drive, this has been your All Terrain Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.